Novelty. I forgot to put in the description, but I will put his name right here in the chat. Just copy and paste that, and he'll go right to his channel. He just started up. He makes a lot of good vegan type dishes. He makes good stews and things like that. So if you want a good recipe, definitely go to his channel. Something healthy, something light, easy to make, not too much, cost friendly, environmental friendly, whatever that you're into. And any other words for your channel, Noble?
Not really. I'm not even going to plug the music this time because I'm not really focused on that right now. But I might be doing some beats, like I make beats. I was in a band, but we're not really doing that anymore. So check out my channel for cooking tips. And sometimes I talk about conspiracy stuff.
If you want a beat, he'll make you a beat.
Oh yeah.
He'll probably charge you, but probably won't be much.
I only make my beats after I eat beats. And
a beat for a beat.
I watch Rachel Ray on TV along with CNN. I'm a TV watcher.
Yes, when you watch TV, you will get the real news, the real truth. Mm-hmm. You are too dumb, people. You can't do research on your own. Don't you know that?
The TV needs to tell you what to do. It's just nothing.
A news anchor knows more medical knowledge than any doctor or any biologist or pathologist or even a student in any kind of medical program.
Facts.
A news anchor does know a lot more than you do. Mm-hmm. And they're the only people that can do research. Mm-hmm. News anchors and universities and government agencies are the only three things that can do real research. You can't do research. I can't do research. And if you do, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a nut job, you're a wacko, and you don't have a brain.
You belong in a camp. You belong in a camp somewhere.
Really, I'm surprised you haven't gotten rounded up by some kind of police type
Biden police.
Mafia, and they haven't raped you and browbeat you and beat the shit out of you and maybe even killed you.
Yeah, you deserve it. If you don't watch TV and if you are watching these YouTube channels like Zachary K. Hubbard and people like that, those are conspiracy theorists. And as far as I'm concerned, you're a threat to society. You're a terrorist. That's all there is to it.
Beyond even a terrorist, you're a terrible piece of shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, anybody that doesn't watch TV and reads books and critically thinks, you motherfuckers need to get the fuck out of this country.
Wait, hold on. Where's my face?
We watch our TV.
I just wanted to be extra safe because I hear that the COVID can spread through Snapchat, so I just wanted to be extra safe.
I appreciate it. My diaper broke, and I'm very nervous, but I am 6 feet away from you right now, so
yeah,
we might be okay.
The last time,
especially with your mask on.
This is a special.
Extremely safe.
This is a special mask because last time I caught COVID, it was actually through MySpace, so they recommended this mask because this is protected over MySpace and Snapchat and Facebook.
Really? That must be anti-Fauci certified then.
It is.
I remember Anthony Fauci specifically saying that because really he says a lot of things almost every single day that make absolute sense. Mm-hmm. And not at all. He does never double speaks.
Yeah,
he
and
never triples down.
You know what I say to people when they're not taking COVID seriously? I'm like, what are you, Fauciing me?
When people talk about these things called colds and flus, what the fuck is that shit?
Hey, but it's okay if you take your mask down to drink. It's okay because don't worry, like you're still
only when you're sitting though.
And right, if you're sitting down, it's okay.
Okay. Thank God.
Because if it's on your chin, it's still kind of protecting you a little bit.
Yeah. And everyone, he has it on his chin right now. He's drinking a glass of wine. Mm-hmm. And He's sitting down though, so I feel
Yeah.
really safe and secure.
I'm sitting down. It's fine.
God, like my anxiety is going through the roof, you know.
Well,
So,
what if I stand up? That's when it's bad. If I stood up and I
Well,
wasn't.
once you start walking and standing up,
Mhm.
you're pretty much killing everybody in the room.
Yeah, and especially if you're walking around and not holding a drink or drinking anything or eating anything, and you're just walking around, you're a threat. You're a terrorist as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, you're worse than that. I mean, you're really killing like 85-year-old grandmothers. I mean, that's awful.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of piece of shit are you?
How can you? I mean, don't you know that your 85-year-old grandmother means more than like your job and the place that you live and
Mm-hmm.
your business and everything else? Like, that is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she already has stage 4 cancer and Alzheimer's and dementia. And
Wait,
all that.
cancer? What's that? I thought that didn't exist anymore.
Oh, you know, I heard.
It's only COVID though.
Shit today. 'Cause remember, I work in healthcare, people.
Yeah.
Doctors say loony things all the time these days. One of my doctors was telling me about this
Flu, like a bird
It's
flu
like
or
something
something?
from Harry Potter, like some kind of magic.
Like an owl that delivers a message to you, like a letter?
Flu bee.
Like the middle of a chimney? Like the upper part of a chimney? The flu?
If I had like a wand, it would be like, and I'm casting a spell, flu bee, or
Yeah.
cold. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, no, COVID. It's the only thing.
Someone said the other day to me that they had a cold, and I was like, "What do you? Yeah, I know it's cold outside. What are you talking about? Like, what's your point?"
Yeah. Is that like the new saying now? Like, I have a cold, like when it's cold out, or what?
I think so, because it's winter, so maybe that's what they're talking about.
All right, everyone. we're gonna get serious here now.
All right.
We're pulling everyone's leg here. And,
Gotcha.
yeah, and
Can I take this face diaper off? Because it's really annoying.
yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't put into the title. The first thing is called "What Should We Do to Wake the Sheep?" And after a little introduction there, we think using sarcastic humor on how they're really thinking and they're acting, because they are acting like that. But we're kind of exaggerating it a little bit, but not that much. We're not really exaggerating it too much. But here's a good example. Today, my doctor, she came by me when I was scheduling a patient that she just had to reschedule. She's like, "Can you put in the notes? Has the flu, and these are the symptoms that she has: temperature of 99 point whatever, and headache and cough and fatigue, right? And pretty much COVID." And I looked at her, I'm like, what the fuck is a flu? I didn't say fuck because I'm at work, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, look at me like, the flu. I'm like,
That didn't exist.
Is this a medical diagnosis, or are you trying to tell me, like, this is like a special button on the computer, or what? Like, that I don't know of? So, obviously, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm being sarcastic because the flu and cold numbers are down 98%, according to mainstream bullshit media. But honestly, I kind of feel like that's true, because you go onto the CDC website and everything, like, there hasn't even been 1,000 flu cases in this country so far this year. During flu season, between November and now, there hasn't even been nearly 1,000. Like, that's unheard of. It's usually like over almost 1 million by this time.
And you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna be like, "Well, everything's sanitized and everyone's wearing masks, so that's what's keeping other sicknesses down."
So then the mask works for cold and flu, but not for COVID.
Which is a strain of the flu.
Well, it's actually a strain of the head cold, but yeah.
Well, COVID is one of those diseases where not everything's out the window. Like, everything's different with COVID.
Yeah, they constantly change things, and we're going to get into everything, and Alex, once I do, because some of the stuff I have, it's on my phone, so you're not going to be able to see me for a minute, but, like, we're going to go over some stuff. Currently, right now, we're going to talk about what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about the vaccine or what's going to happen with the presidency? Because when Biden kicks the bucket, what's going to happen in society when it comes to... I think we should talk about dating now, especially...
Yeah, let's start it off with the whole women empowerment thing, and then...
Okay.
And then we can transition into... We can talk more about the ingredients of the vaccine if you have that pulled up.
Yeah, I always have that up.
Okay.
Again, we'll just do a reminder. I mean, we did this quite a few times. Hold on, I gotta move my phone here. What are the ingredients of the Pfizer vaccine? Go to fda.gov/media/14414. You know, that's kind of weird because the Jesuit order equals 144, and it's like 1444 /download. So
and then
14414/download.
we can also talk about the rigged NFL games.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll do that last if we have time.
Yeah.
We went through this hydroxybutyl azylene. That's just like a dehydrated lipid mixed with some heavy metal that I'm not even very familiar with. And I took organic chem, and I'm not very familiar with this heavy metal. It's not a natural metal, so that's kind of scary.
It's a Biden metal.
Huh?
I think it's a Biden metal. It's like in one of those new Biden metals.
Joe Biden metal. And there's hexane, and when you read this, it's hexane-6 1-diol. That means they just added another molecule to it, so it has 2 hexane molecules.
So it's basically like gasoline.
And then the 6 just means really how intense it is.
That's the gasoline. That's the gasoline that our troops fought for. That you can put in your cars. Now you should be putting it in your body. You should be glad. That's what freedom gets you. Our troops have been fighting hard for this oil.
Oil in your vaccines, people.
You got it in your car, now you got it in your bloodstream.
Polyethylene glycol.
Propylene glycol.
No, it says polyethylene right here.
Oh, okay.
So, no, that guy was wrong, and that was right. Polyethylene glycol is antifreeze.
I thought it was propylene glycol.
No, polyethylene glycol, because I remember copying and pasting it, and it said antifreeze.
So that's a stronger version.
Holy fuck, dude. That's pretty much the entire fucking vaccine is polyethylene. It's practically all antifreeze.
Well, it's cold outside. We need to keep you from freezing.
And the excuse of the sheep are like, it should keep it because it needs to be at negative 56 degrees Celsius. I know my doctor said that to me. She's like, yeah, it needs to be at negative 56 degrees Celsius. I'm just like,
oh my god.
56.
56. Why that number? Wow.
56. 11 numerology master number. I think 56 is bigger than 47. I'm not going to lie, but...
This year.
Well, even last year, but even as Zach continues to unfold that number throughout history, just becoming what is 56 at this point. And then there's other ones, and then those things, they just have, you can find the shitty fucking frozen food aisle section where, microwavables, they have these ingredients. I can't even pronounce them, but I copy and pasted them and, Googled it. I mean, I have a video on it. Just go to what's in the COVID vaccine video I have on here, so you just have to go back a few weeks. And then they just have some salts in here. So, and what salts do, you have to have salts in something because you have to have water in the cell. And water is going to follow sodium chloride, potassium phosphate, dibasic sodium phosphate, dihydrate. That's what these things are in. Sugar or sucrose is in. Sucrose feeds the cell, which is kind of weird that they use sucrose.
Which is an artificial form of sugar.
No, sucrose.
Oh, I'm thinking of sucralose. Sucralose.
Disaccharides are like the worst. Those are like manufactured, like for real sugars, like this corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup is a disaccharide. And disaccharide just means, two molecular branches, because di means two, bi means two. And disaccharides are really manufactured. They're terrible for you. You want monosaccharides, those are like fruits and vegetables and certain other like grains. Well, grains usually have polysaccharides, and the bigger the chains are, the harder they are to digest.
But natural.
It's all boring stuff.
That brings me real quick just to one of your videos I watched that you did. Anytime that there's sugar, if it's just sugar, especially if it's like an artificial form of sugar, it's not good for you. But let's say like, a piece of fruit like an apple, it has fiber, so it balances out. So you have sugar, natural sugar, and then you have fiber, which your body...
Everything on Earth. It was really funny. I was talking to my manager about, because I'm trying to move up in my company right now, and I was asking her, like, okay, what can be my options with the degree I have? And I was trying to tell her, like, to me, I think the Earth provides everything that we need because everything is balanced within the universe. And I even told her, like, just like with an apple, after you peel the skin, it's just the fruit. It has vitamins and other things too, phytonutrients, but it has a lot of sugar. But the skin, you have to eat the skin because that is the fiber of the fruit. It balances itself out, so like it's not harmful to you. Like if you eat too much of it, like if you have 3 or 4 apples, you're not going to get diabetes. I mean, you're not going to get diabetes from eating 3 or 4 apples right away, but you just did that every day. And without the skin, it could be possible. I'm sure the study isn't there. I mean,
but Adam and Eve ate the apple, and that's what caused all of humanity to live in sin and damnation forever.
And that's why apple is such a great example, because of that. So we'll get to we're going to get to what is going on with women. And I think a lot of women are seeing this too, especially women in this community. They're seeing it because, we have a friend, her nickname's Sage. She sees it. James Brown's like, he just puts a check mark into the check. He's probably like, finally, yeah. Yeah, I want to hear this shit. Hell yeah. They're where I live in Milwaukee. I know I'm not the only checking in. Well, thanks for checking in, bro.
What's up, man?
And I know I'm not the only one who sees this. A lot of women now have this OnlyFans thing, or they have premium Snapchats and stuff, and they're not. It's like relationship, and now with COVID and social distancing and things like that, it's like relationships are dead, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really looking for a relationship, but still, having like that genuine mutual connection with somebody, even if it's for a night or two, is still kind of nice. But you can't even get that. Like every woman is looking for some monetary gain in the hardest monetary time in the 21st century.
We need our stimulus so we can pay for these OnlyFans.
I think that's what these stimulus packages are going to.
Probably. That'd be an interesting study to see how much.
Give us your spiel, and then I gotta get to my thing on here.
That'd be interesting to see what percentage of the stimulus bill checks are going toward OnlyFans. Probably 56%.
I don't think stats are legit. I mean, like, we've done surveys together, dude. Like you and I, like we've done them. I understand qualitative and quantitative data. And remember the surveys we used to do with the girls?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, guys, we used to make a survey where we're pretty much trying to find a girl who's like actually pretty chill, but like. What were the questions? Do you remember the questions on that survey?
Oh man, that was so long ago. I can't even remember right now. It was like basic questions, like, "What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food?"
At the end of it was, if you want your results back, you can give us your number or your Snapchat or something.
Yeah, that's so long.
So it was like 10 questions. They're just all basic questions. Like it almost seemed like a legit survey. And the last one was. If you answered all these, for you to get your results back, you have to give me your number.
I remember
I liked it. They thought that was really clever.
You printed off like 100 copies at the library, and there were like people that were getting. There were people there who were like, "I'm trying to get my degree. You're hogging up the printer."
So,
I don't care.
We didn't give a shit. We're just like, you're just a game portal anyway. We don't care. We're sheep. And man, that was like 6 years ago, and we still.
Yeah.
I think we're wiser now, but we still think the same way. So.
Mm-hmm.
So what it really is happening right now with women? It's called progressive feminism. And first, let's dive into what progressive is technically what it is. The true definition of it is a political philosophy in support of social reform in the 21st century, a movement that identifies as progressive. It's a social or political movement that aims to represent the interests of ordinary people through political change and the support of government actions. That beats the purpose already. Like, you might as well just say this is just a contradiction.
Got to bring
government actions.
Got to bring government into everything. Without government, where would we be? We'd be lost. I don't know what we would do.
Really, there's only been a couple of societies that have actually had government. In Western society, which has been being practiced since. If you read Manly P. Hall's Secret Teachings of All Ages, he does talk about Atlantis. Like, he knows Atlantis. It freaks you out, man. It's like, it's trippy. It's like, I'm pretty sure Atlantis is America, and we're reliving it right now.
Some form of it, yeah.
So, that's just what regular progressivism, but progressive feminism. Let's go to JSTOR, because everyone wants these political references and shit. So JSTOR knows a legit political reference. And I guess progressive feminism has came out in 1843 from Jane Watterson. Unfortunately, I can't read everything on here because I have to pay for it, and I'm not gonna. So we're gonna have to go on.
Got to pay for information.
Huh?
Got to pay for information.
So according to Fandom, and you know what? These sites they might not be 100% accurate, but I mean, or maybe they might be. I don't know. We'll let the viewer decide. Progressive feminism is a term associated with a socio-political movement in the later half of the 20th century, focused around a moderate center-right approach to women's rights. The progressive feminist movement, also referred to as conservative feminists or moderate feminists.
Wow.
The theory reached its apex under the presidency of Elizabeth Shannon. Oh, must have been the the president of the movement or whatever, and sexual harassment political scandals that marred the nation in the late 90s. So they used Bill Clinton, I'm sure, to have a sex scandal to push the progressive feminism agenda.
That's where it all started.
Yeah. The movement did much to distance itself from radical feminism and the ideas on women's rights imposed by the left wing. See, this is the thing, like, this doesn't make any sense. I feel like this person doesn't understand politics when they're talking. Everyone that's saying that they're far right wing are really they're completely left wing, and there's no such thing as far right wing anymore. I don't even know what the hell that is. We'll get to that here in a minute, but left wing of the women's rights movement often trying to describe the ideals as one that all women can agree upon.
Wow.
As ideas that women that can agree together.
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
Is this a joke?
Well, that's where it comes into that group mind thinking, It's like they all get along, they pretend to get along, and they gang up with the same...
And all of a sudden they're banging the same dude, and they all get pissed off.
Yeah. The idea that women can use logic correctly, that's funny.
Well, let's dive deep. I don't have it up here. In the comments, if you guys want me to, just or in the chat, let me know. I will Google it. Biologically, women have a smaller brain than men at a microscopic level. It's not like I can just put my finger up here and it's like it's just an inch smaller. It's like a microscopic amount, but like they also use feelings to make decisions. They react with feeling, which in today's world really isn't a good thing. I mean,
no, it's the perfect thing for today's world, because today's world, if you're offended or upset about something, you're right. No question about it.
Yep, you're right, man.
Yeah, I mean,
you get offended,
you're trying to use logic. You're trying.
Jail, go to prison.
You're trying to debate someone with logic and clear evidence and facts. Oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. You're insensitive. You're mean.
Or, you're a bigot or some other.
You're a Trump supporter.
Yep, Trump supporter.
Swipe left. Swipe left.
That's what they do, man. That's what they do. They just start throwing out hate speech when they complain about hate speech, and they're yelling at you about hate speech, and then here they are hate speeching you, calling you bigot, racist, whatever, Nazi. It's like, do you know what Nazi really means? Like, are you a socialist? Yes. I'm a proud, progressive, feminist socialist.
Do you believe everything the history books tell you?
Do I personally?
No, I'm just saying that like to someone that I know you don't, but most people do.
That's a debate that
I have a degree and I took history and you're wrong.
But that's a debate I wouldn't want to try to trap myself in novel, because that's kind of that's putting yourself in some really cold water, like Arctic water right there. Like,
okay.
Because it's gonna come to the age cost. I'm on YouTube, so I can't. It always comes down to that point, because it's so skeptical of that entire during World War II, and the guy with the H word that ruled over Germany at that time. Yes, censorship, which is fascism.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, fascism is the the confinement or the conforming of a corporation and government.
Wow.
So the corporation of Google and YouTube censoring using government laws on people.
And look what we're looking at now.
Exactly. So I have to watch my speech on here because it could be hate speech.
You're offensive, sir.
You know what?
It's gonna come to the day where like you start talking like this, and like a drone's just gonna like crash through your window and like laser you right in the mouth, and you can't talk.
Just like in my Terminator.
Let me grab my other bottle of wine real quick. Keep going with your thought.
So now, there's a couple of parts to this topic. It's a big topic, so we're just trying to educate you guys on. And a lot of women, they're in this feminism umbrella. Like it's such a big umbrella. Like some are hardcore, some are middlecore, some are like I'm a female, I want to be independent, work, and pay my bills. That's cool to me. But once you start getting over to this progressive hardcore shit, this dominance, it doesn't feel right. I have female bosses. They're terrible. I mean, they're not like I don't see how and why. Some women can do leadership roles. I do agree, but there's so many women in leadership roles that they should not even be in them, and they're only in them because they're females, and they have this dominant attitude.
Especially if they're good looking, then it's easier for them to get there.
Sometimes yes and no, but if they have like an authoritarian, like I follow all the rules no matter what, and I will berate people to death to follow the rules. I have a lead. She literally acts like my boss. And it pisses me off. I'm like, you're barely above me. You're just here to, make sure like the team of my position is doing, like we know what we're doing, and when we need help, you're here because you've mastered what we're doing, but you have no authority at all. But she has that,
just to throw a little not devil's advocate per se, but just a little bit of a side spin on this. I think back in ancient times we really were ruled over by females, and men were kind of used as like the physical guys that they have the strength to like build stuff and like do all the physical labor, and then the women were there to, and women have their place in society, and that's well and good. I respect the feminine power, I do, but what they've done now in this modern time is they've manipulated that and turned it into something that is toxic, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm balancing yin and the yang. The yin, and this isn't against females. This is just what is put in here. The yin represents the feminine in the negative side.
Mm-hmm.
And the yang represents the masculine and the positive side.
Right, correct.
But it doesn't mean that negative means I'm like you're a Sith Lord and you're going to destroy the entire Republic of Star Wars, like it doesn't mean that. It just means it's the yin and yang balance. So like, but women have become like they're trying to get women and men. We're going to talk about the men here in a minute. But what we're trying to lead into what they're putting women into. They're putting them into a pedestal for men, and they're trying to make men into beta males essentially, and weak-minded men who don't know what their gender is.
That's what, I was just going to say, they got all these genders now. Like in the state of New York, there's over 20 genders now.
That's makes no fucking sense. But like, there's so much ancient knowledge out there, and I left my Manly P. Hall book. Well, I do have my numbers games book right here from Zachary Hubbard.
Shout out to Zachary K. Hubbard.
Yep, get his book right here. This is a great book, guys. Such a great read.
Got bear maced in Portland last weekend.
I know, man. I'm proud of him for doing that. He's trying to step up.
I mean, he showed some balls for going out there and doing it, but that Antifa member that did that to him, oh my god, what the fuck?
You know what's funny? Because he went there for that whatever Yo Yang or whatever that Asian guy's name that was coming out the anti-Antifa book.
Oh right, yeah.
Pro playing game equals 56. Bro playing game equals 56. James Brown. Well, you know what? We're going to get to that part by using that code against the Cabal. And I'll tell you what that means in LT. Playing game. Oh, man. Playing game equals 56, bro. Yeah. That's what they're trying to do with the male and the female. Like it's all a game.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't retract your message, James. Your one before YouTube did that. That's weird. YouTube just took down his
censored.
They just censored him on that. What the fuck?
What's up, YouTube?
Oh, it was him. Oh, okay. He deleted it. Never mind. I'm like, man, he must have found something that they had. Yeah, we might get into the 56 in a little bit, James. Right now, I want to do a podcast, and this record thing I have only does it for every 15 minutes, so I just had to start that back up. So let me get back on topic here. Yeah, Novelty. Kamala Harris is going to be our president. Mm-hmm. Zach thinks she's going to become president when she turns 59, or right before she turns 59. And I honestly don't think so. I really think Biden's going to go this year, before the summer ends. And even if he doesn't, what do you think is going to happen? Please give me a good explanation. What do you think is going to happen to the feminine in this country with how we're explaining, like, how they're acting? Like, they're acting entitled. They're acting like we owe them something. Like that they deserve money because they might have a decent body, and the only way we can go on a date with them is get on their OnlyFans, pay this much money, and they won't talk to you unless you have money or a car and all this materialism. Like,
affection.
What do you think about that?
Affection has a price nowadays. There's no such thing as.
I have to go to the bathroom, so this.
There's no such thing as love. Get that out of your head. There's no such thing as just meeting a nice girl at the library and taking her out for a nice seafood dinner and, coming home and making love to her. That's a thing of the past. Kamala Harris is the beginning of what we've already seen. These women are taking complete advantage of just the fact that they look good, especially these younger women in the younger 20s. These women that just turned 18, they all have OnlyFans. If you don't have an OnlyFans at that age, then you're not doing something right. With the takeover in hip-hop with all these female artists are taking over the hip-hop game, which is another form of mind control. Look at Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. Look at, it's all about that WAP. Like, there's a price on this wet-ass pussy, and you're not going to get it unless you, pay. And then even then, if you do pay, then it's all temporary, I'm not saying that I'm a guy that wants to get into a relationship. I'm not even mad about it, really. I'm just kind of slightly annoyed by the the way that they treat men, especially men that have good intentions, they see us as a cog in the system. The feminine energy, as far as I'm concerned, like the god, like there's still women out there that do have that goddess energy, but it's been infiltrated for decades now. And I think a lot of these females are just confused and they're insecure and they're doing everything they can to basically become a monster that will try to take over your fucking life. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But that's the vibe I'm getting. All these bitches like, I don't give a fuck. I'm toxic. They're embracing the toxicity. And like, how the fuck? I mean, yeah, a one night stand. That's about all that is that they're good for. They're good in the sack. That's all they're good for nowadays. I would never want you to be the mother to my children. You're a fucking train wreck.
And when you do have sex with somebody, you have a spiritual energy and a physical energy. We all see the physical energy. Most people do, even the brain dead, cheap organic portals. They still see the physical energy because they see your physical self. But when you have sex and you get really intimate, that spiritual form comes into play. And then a lot of them have demons that are sucking.
Especially if you like,
succubus.
If you bust a nut, it's even worse.
Yeah, and then it latches onto you. That energy latches onto your spirit, and it's not easy to get rid of. I mean, how long? I mean, both Novelty and I can give you guys great examples on that. I mean, I just got down one. He got down with something like that a little over 2 years ago. Maybe a little less than that, but yeah, around 2 years ago. And And you guys know, I mean, if you've watched my channel, you've seen my ex and how she is, and cops getting called on us. And,
my ex threw me in jail twice.
Yeah, I mean, mine never put me in it, but, I mean, there's been a couple times I've been close, but it's because of my wit. If it wasn't for all the research I've done, all the work I've done as a police accountability activist for years, that one night, dude, I would have been booked instantly. It would not have been fun.
And here's what they do, and this might sound, I don't even care how it sounds. This is what I think. A lot of these I'm not saying all of them, because there are still some good ones out there. They're hard to find. If you find one, definitely hold on to her. But a lot of these mainstream bitches that, you know, listen to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and all that shit, and they voted for Biden, and they are, you know, political in their Tinder, things like that. Mainstream, just mainstream. A lot of them, what they like to do is just find a. They like to find a guy that has money. And they like to just slowly just suck his soul and suck everything, suck his bank account, suck everything from him, and then play the victim afterwards when he breaks up with them. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, we're not fucking stupid. Like, we see your games. Yeah, you kind of got us mesmerized by how good you are in bed, but at the end of the day, you're not someone that's benefiting my life, so I'm just going to eventually not going to want to be with you, and then you're going to play the victim.
Yeah, and this is all part of that mind control they're doing. Again, mainstream equals 56, mind control 56, toilet paper 56. And
shit.
I mean, this has just been all building up. Like, I remember going in high school, and I think you do too, Novel. When we were in high school, they're showing how, like, you know, we're in, like, economics class or some kind of business type class. Oh, men get paid better. They're like, doing all this propaganda on you when you're learning.
The glass ceiling.
Huh?
The glass ceiling.
The glass ceiling effect?
And, like, if you look at it nowadays, actually, most women that are, like, in business and stuff like that, they're actually like the highest up in power. So that argument really doesn't hold any water anymore.
Honestly, every place I've nearly worked, it's almost been a woman that's been my boss. I mean,
Every company I've ever worked for, it's always been an attractive female at the very top. And, you know, and then there's a guy that owns the company, but like it's always like an attractive female that is like, you know, that he's probably like secretly fucking on the side. Got to leech onto that power, you know. And do I sound like a
refers to invisible barriers that keep some people from advancing in the workplace.
I don't want to sound like a hater, but I'm just saying that's what I observe in society. Call me a hater, call me whatever you.
I've seen this thing where women are getting paid less than men. I've never seen it. I actually have seen the opposite.
They probably they make more and they leech off their man's income. So it's like they're making more than just their, like, if you're an attractive female nowadays, you don't even really have to work. All you got to do is, you know, take off your clothes and take pictures of yourself. And then, you know, just flirt with guys that have money and then.
And there's something wrong with that. You know, there's that moral aspect of respecting yourself, and they think respecting yourself is show the world what you look like underneath and making a monetary gain out of it, and that's really not what it is, respecting yourself.
And that's why I got to hit him with that young, they live shit and just throw my sunglasses on, and then I can see how ugly they are really on the inside.
Yeah, They Live, man, the best movie ever made.
Yep.
That's the best movie ever made. I mean, hands down.
And you know, if you're one of those guys that actually sees through people and you're woke and you actually can see beyond, like, let's just say like your boss is really hot and she's a female, and she automatically assumes that all the men there are going to do whatever she says. But if you're one of those guys that is just kind of like, okay, whatever, I'll do my own thing, then she gets frustrated with you and tries to get you in trouble, starts talking shit, gossiping.
Yep.
And it's like, why? Just because I didn't do everything you told me to do? I'm not a little bitch boy that just bends at the knees for attractive females, even though you're...
And between, you know, the guy I work with, where you know, kind of know, and the other men that we work with are the doctors. The men don't cause any of the drama.
Right. Never.
Like, you know, this isn't the hate on women at all. People.
And this is not hate at all.
Where they're leading you guys to. We're just trying to, we're exposing.
Paint a picture.
We're leading you, and then all of a sudden, I know for a fact there's going to be some that are going to watch this. Like, they get all the
And disclosure, for all you people that do get offended at this channel is not for you. So move the fuck along.
The most offensive channel ever, because
yeah.
I don't know if it's real, so you're already offended. I think Trump's a piece of shit, and I think Biden's a bigger piece of shit.
All politicians that are on the playing field now are pieces of shit. There's not one good one.
Again, remember Obama's correspondence dinner in 2011, he was hating on Trump because he was there, saying that he's going to be the next president. That was back in 2011.
It's all planned for years, people. This has been planned for decades, maybe even fucking centuries. Who knows? All I know is maybe I should transition from this point into the next topic that I just thought of.
I think we have the topics on here. I can't remember.
Well, I just thought of another one we didn't think of earlier.
Oh, what was it?
There are multiple forms. So any politician or any celebrity that gets big, they have multiple, like, whatever you want to call them, clones or versions of them. Because if you do a simple Google search on Bill Clinton shoe size, there's like a picture of Bill Clinton standing next to Hillary Clinton, and then the next picture it looks like he's got like little tiny feet. And then also if you look at a simple Google search of like just Donald Trump over the years, you could say that's him just aging or whatever, but like no. There's multiple Donald Trumps. I don't care what anyone says, man. I'm. You want to say I'm crazy?
I see it. Yeah, guys. Just Bill Clinton's shoe size. Images. Yep.
And they're thinking, oh no, that's Photoshop.
I mean, it's just.
It's a possibility it's Photoshop, but at the same time.
I mean, but who's just gonna Photoshop that? Like.
I don't know.
It says all presidents have had the same shoe size.
What?
That's interesting. I don't know. Most people have a shoe size IQ. I will agree with that. If that's what they're trying to. Maybe that's what they're indicating. The people of this country have a shoe size IQ. My shoe size is the IQ of the nation of this country. I will 100% agree. That would be the first thing that the politicians ever said that was honest.
More like a left ankle size IQ.
And why do we need these people? Like, what do they even offer us? Like, how come people think that it's like a necessary thing? Why do we need people? They don't know how to spend money. They don't know what they're doing. They take all of it for themselves, spend it recklessly. They make alphabet agencies that we don't even need at all. I mean, humanity went through how many thousands of years without FBI's and CIAs and all this surveillance shit? Like, and we're still here. I mean, we're very prevalent right now. I mean, we're 7 billion people.
Your tax dollars go toward some guy sitting in a hotel room listening to all your conversations.
Yeah, or down the street in a car.
In an FBI. You ever look at your Wi-Fi? You ever pull up your little Wi-Fi thing and try to connect to Wi-Fi? And you see FBI surveillance van? Yeah, that's in most neighborhoods, man. That's in most neighborhoods. You'll see that all the time. I've seen that all the time.
Yep.
And once they can connect to your Wi-Fi, they got everything on you. They'll send your dick pics to anybody.
Look at this guy's dick, bro. Like they're probably right next to each other, man. Mine's not even that big.
They're probably like blowing each other in those FBI vans.
Or worse. Let's see if I can see what the other topics are. Okay, so yeah, we went to Kamala Harris, what to expect in the future in vaccine. And I know that we talked briefly on the vaccine. I guess we'll elaborate a little bit more now that I have page 132 up. So I'm going to put into the chat the, hold on, sorry, I just got to move the phone here. So you guys can look for yourself. I posted it in the chat of, just go to page 132. I haven't read the whole thing yet. I was told to go to page 132, and this is, so far, I think I'm around page 50-something. It's a big thing. Like, this Pfizer free trial thing is huge.
Well, it's all there. So if anyone has any disputes with it, it's all there. No one's gonna read all that. No one has the people barely have the patience to watch a fucking 30-second video on Snapchat, let alone read a fucking 200-page document from the government. They know this.
That's where they programmed us to. Where
right.
They programmed pretty much everyone into ADD mindset. And I need Vyvanse to focus. So I'm just going to, like, it actually stems a few pages. I'm just going to read the first page. For you guys, just, we're trying to keep it brief here. And I hate this. I have to publish so many. Appendix 4, contraceptive guidance, male participant reproductive inclusion criteria, 10.4.1. Male participants are eligible to participate if they agree to the following requirements during the intervention period for at least 28 days later. 28 days later.
28 days later.
I mean,
I mean, come on.
The punchline is at the end. It says, wait. After the last dose of study intervention, remember, it's 2 doses, which corresponds to the time needed to eliminate reproductive safety risk.
Safety.
Just get rid of safety risk to get rid of the reproductive system, pretty much. Refrain from donating sperm, plus be abstinent from heterosexual intercourse with a female. I mean, is it not is it heterosexual intercourse with a box? Like, well, why did they even have to put that in there? I'm just kind of like, why couldn't they just put abstinent intercourse with female? Like, why did they have to put the heterosexual?
So having homosexual intercourse is okay?
So then I can start banging dudes in the ass? What's going on here? But here's the kicker. Of childbearing potential as they preferred in usual lifestyle, absent on a long-term and persistent basis, and agreed to remain absent. So they're encouraging abstinence. Of course, no one's going to read this, that they're going to take their goddamn vaccine, and they're going to start fucking.
They're going to be like, hey, I'm vaccinated. Everyone fuck me. You can't get COVID.
Yeah, and now the girl gets pregnant, and who fucking knows what's going to happen in 10 years?
Zombie baby. This is how the dude. This is
kids have all these issues.
maybe this is how the zombie babies get born. This is the beginning. Maybe it's not us, but it's the people that have sex after they get the vaccine. That's what really creates the zombies.
That could be it. I mean, must agree to use male condom when engaging in any activity that allows for passage of ejaculation to another person. In addition, the male condom use, a highly effective method of contraception, may be considered. I still have to look this up. I'm going to look this up. WOTBP partners of male participants. And here comes the punchline, people. Female participant reproductive. A female participant is eligible to participate if she is not pregnant or breastfeeding, at least for one of the following, which is that W word, or using an acceptable contraceptive method as described below during an intervention period for a minimum of 28 days later of the last dose of the study. The investigator should evaluate the effectiveness of the contraceptive method in relationship to the first dose of the study intervention.
Yeah, because remember, everybody, 1 dose isn't enough. You need at least 2. You need 2 doses of the vaccine. 1 isn't enough. It's not going to kill you quick enough. You need 2 for it to be.
Yeah, Hank Aaron just took it 2 weeks ago, and now he's dead. Man,
who knows?
And they only know what he died from. It's just like, he's dead after 2 weeks of taking the COVID vaccine. It's like,
well, that kind of stuff just happens. Well, he didn't die of COVID, so he didn't die of any other disease, because no other disease exists anymore. So, natural causes.
That acronym meant of women of childbearing potential. Okay. So, yeah, we got a couple comments, but just some LOLs, nice, things like that. So, yeah, that's on the vaccine. We got the link in the description. You guys can visit the PDF there if you want to know more. There's still 1 or 2 more topics. Let me look here.
Let's talk about the. Let me do a quick thing on the Packers real quick.
Sure. Do you have a good decode or what?
I got all the facts here. So, Ted Thompson, he used to be the general manager of the Packers. He is actually the general manager that drafted Aaron Rodgers back in the early 2000s. All right. Ritual sacrifice, died at the age of 68. No cause of death given.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne made a song for the Packers this year. The last time he made a song for the Packers, they won the Super Bowl, which was back in 2010. Rodgers' full name, Aaron Charles Rodgers, equals 201. Packers general manager equals. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick.
86. Right.
I gotta go to gematrinator.com here.
Yeah, I can do it. I already got it up.
So Packers general manager
121.
I don't know where that was going, to be honest.
Well, no, it's 121, like the day, like that was.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they reported his death on January 21st, which was 121. So,
It's also 95, which is a big judgment.
He was probably assassinated on 201 Day, which was January 20th.
It's Rogers' full name equals 201, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, which, the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, won the Super Bowl last year. He was their star quarterback, blah, blah, blah. Without him, they're nothing. Well, he got a concussion last game, so he's out this week. So really what it comes down to is whether or not they're going to give Rodgers the win. All signs are pointing to yes. What was that thing earlier you said about that famous historic Packers coach or player that died?
Oh, Hank Aaron. Oh, no, not Hank Aaron. Yeah, no. Ted Thompson was a linebacker. They like to do rituals with linebackers. He wasn't a Packer linebacker, though. I think he played for the Bills. By the way, the Bills have played against the Chiefs in the playoffs every 27 years since the start of the Super Bowl.
So it's crazy how the Bills, where did the Bills come from? They've never been anywhere near. It's like they can just take any team they want and just throw them right in the Super Bowl. I mean,
Packers, Bills, I don't know, but Brady versus Rodgers equals 201. Actually, equals 177, 201 in 84 and 151, like the judge went order.
So this is going to be probably Brady's last game. If he loses, I mean, who knows? He's a fucking superhuman. They're gonna let him play. If you look at him, he sits back in the pocket, doesn't have to barely move, just stands straight up, throws the ball, never has any pressure on him.
A whole new team now too. I mean, all of a sudden, he still plays really well. I mean, it's unheard of for a quarterback to go to another team and play well.
That's the only way I could see how Brady would win this game, just because he's the NFL's bitch boy, kind of like LeBron is the NBA's bitch boy. The only reason why the Packers wouldn't win this is because of Tom Brady, but at the same time, I feel like it would be too obvious at this point if they gave Brady another championship. So maybe they'll let the Packers win this year, and then next year Tom Brady will come back and win another Super Bowl. Who knows? But I don't know. All signs are pointing toward the Packers.
Yeah, well, especially after the ritual with Ted Thompson. I mean,
and that was a pretty big ritual.
Well, yeah, and then Hank Aaron too, another Wisconsin.
He used to play for the Milwaukee Braves, right?
Yep.
So there you go. I mean,
he moved to Georgia, and he was still playing with them then.
I think they're
2 states that equal 44, and he was what?
And guess which state they've been fucking with for since summer, ever since the Kenosha bullshit with what's his name that got shot.
Jacob Blake.
They burned down the city of Kenosha. That was
on 56th Street.
That was part of the ritual right there. So they started it back then. They're like, all right, well, we're gonna basically fuck with the Midwest now. They got bored of the big cities. Like, all right, we're gonna fuck with the Midwest.
And remember, Jacob Blake was born on January 17th. He was 17, and he got shot 17 days after his birthday by whatever the police officer's name was.
And then they said he got shot point blank, but then he was still alive.
Paralyzed. Shot equals 17. Kill equals 17.
And if you look at the video, it just looks so fucking fake.
Yeah, he's just like hopping in a car, and the cop's just like, it's like, is this like a fucking Nerf gun? Like, what's going on here?
Organic portal programming.
And yeah, it's all part of the divide, people. I mean, Novelty can contest. You can go back into my May and June videos on here. I was in the Black Lives Matter protests. I mean, dude, do you remember when we were going up on the bridge? And they're like,
I remember you went for like a week straight marching and shit.
And I went with it, but I wasn't like going with it for them. I was kind of undercover, like trying to see what's going on and see if it's if it's gonna be a thing where like we're gonna really like just tear down this bullshit that's going on, or if it's just gonna be some political, movement thing. And it just ended up being a political movement thing. I saw it being this all mostly white people who felt bad because their history teachers told them how awful. Slavery is awful, but I mean, we're still slaves. It's just like, I don't understand what you're feeling bad for. We're still slaves. Even white people back then were the same. I mean, this, farmer, old-fashioned people were poor as fuck. They didn't have any black people slaves. I mean, they act like every white person had a slave. It's like a very limited amount. All the people who fucking rule over this country now, their descendants were the ones that had the slaves. And here you are, the slaves voting for your slave master. Still. So ridiculous. Biden, look into his family tree. Slaves.
Mm-hmm. Centuries of programming.
Yeah, I only vote for Biden because of Kamala's a female and Nix, and I didn't like Trump.
And that's the only option you have.
That's how they do it, man. They do it because they put this big fucking Oompa Loompa fuck up here. He did talk truth sometimes, and then he acted like a fucking asshole to discredit what he was saying, and that was the whole point. So anybody that actually said any truth now sounds like an idiot because of him. Mm-hmm. So it puts us in a harder spot to try to reach out to people because of Trump. Mm-hmm. Trump made the truth community, he fucked over the entire truth community. I mean, he really fucked it, and all these Q people and all these Trump supporters, you guys are fucking, you're probably more retarded than the Biden supporters. I mean, at least the Biden supporters, they probably don't know that they're retarded, but at least you just know that they're retards. Mm-hmm. But now you guys were looking for truth, and you kind of understood like some bullshit was going on in this country, but like you get so much support for the guy. Now anybody that even critically thinks is a Trump supporter. It's just like.
Someone actually said that to me last night. They were like, "Are you a Trump supporter?" Because I said something about how I didn't want to wear my face diaper. Like, what are you, a Trump supporter?
He didn't even call it face diaper, I don't think. Did he?
Trump,
I don't think he did.
Trump never said face diaper.
Yeah. See,
that'd be funny if
he never called it a face diaper.
That'd be funny if you did, though.
That's why they used him. They used him to really fuck the truth community over. I mean, he's our nail in the coffin. I mean, he put us 6 feet under.
So everything
in the coffin, but the nails weren't in. But the dirt was piling on top of the coffin, as it was, and we're trying to get the hood off of the coffin. We're trying to breathe, and the more dirt is piling onto the coffin. We're trying to get out. The truth is just trying to get out, and then Trump comes in, and he's like, so yeah, masks don't work, and the same things are true. You know, like, oh yeah, Anthony Fauci's a fraud, nailing the coffin just like this. That's what he was doing. That was Trump's whole role. And that's the problem with the Trump supporters, is that they don't see that. And once they do see that, then we can actually change. If they can break out of that, then we can really get moving.
The problem is supporting any fucking politician, really.
I mean, why do you want to support another person like that? Like, why do you want a ruler, or a person to rule over you? Why? In others. I mean, okay, this is the disparity here. I'm a Biden supporter, and you're a Trump supporter, vice versa. Who cares, right? For 4 years, Trump support agendas and things like that. Trump people were all getting whatever they wanted, kind of. And then here you are, a Biden supporter. But what was the Trump supporters doing? They were oppressing another group. They were oppressing them. They're keeping them more quiet. They're keeping them more censored and all these other things. And then now the elections started rolling around, BLM and LGBTQ and Planned Parenthood and all these other leftist things started coming back out in the woodwork and started speaking out again because now they can. And then now their person is in office, and now they can start lashing out on other people and start oppressing the people that like Trump or the other side. It's like, why do you want to oppress people? Why do you want to force people into your ideologies and stuff? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, man?
Why not? Freedom is... I can do whatever I want. I'm a free American. I have the choice to support whoever I want. Blah, 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 blah.
They want to freaking browbeat you and submit you and make you shut up and like, no, you have to say and think what we want you to think now.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like, why do you want to vote for these people? Because that's what it becomes for the next 4 years. The people who think this way are getting fucked.
You sound like a terrorist, sir. You don't believe in America?
Terrorists. I'm a terrorist. You're a person that thinks. Do not think.
Must not use critical thinking. Must just obey. Don't ask questions.
Obey your authority. Yes, you told me what to do. Yes, I will do it. Okay. Shove a butt plug in my butt. Yes, I will shove butt plug in my butt.
Initiate shoving butt plug up butt. Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you, Master. You are my Lord and Savior.
Poo-poo? Can I go poop? Sir, Miss Boss Lady, can I go poop?
No toilet paper in that case.
Please, I need to go bathroom. Bad, nature calling.
You get 2 squares of toilet paper, sir, each day. That's all you get. That's your rations. You get 2.
People fucking bite that too, like a fish with a.
You know, it'd be funny.
A big juicy worm.
That'd be funny if, like, once a week, a little Amazon drone delivered you a roll of toilet paper and a bologna sandwich, and that's all you got once a week.
It's gonna get like that. I swear to God. I mean, if it hasn't already, but yeah, we're gonna go into our next topic: what to do about the sheep. Probably the best topic.
I say just keep. If you already know, if you're on our wave, chances are you're not going to get them at this point. If they're not on your wavelength, it's not worth your time trying to convert them. They're already gone. Just stay as good as you can And if any of them try to fuck with you, just try to outwit them and try to be sarcastic with them, and just be like, for example, Greg, pretend like you're an organic portal and I'm just walking in the street without a face diaper.
Oh my god.
What's wrong, sir?
Your mask on. You're killing everybody in the world.
Oh, is this how I wear it? Is this correct?
Wear face mask now or I'll kill you.
I'm wearing it. Am I not wearing it right?
Are you a Trump supporter?
No.
How dare you support that man? That orange and blue.
I'm wearing my face diaper. I don't know what the problem is.
I'm gonna fuck you up. All I know is because I'm so fucking ignorant and stupid. All I know how to react is violence. Time to be violent.
Okay, am I wearing it right now?
That's better, but I'm still scared. The TV told me to be scared of you.
What about this?
I listened to the TV.
Is this correct?
Here, hold on. Sir, I can't do this. Alright, I gotta call the authorities. I have to get you arrested.
I'm wearing.
You have to go to jail. You have to go to jail.
I'm wearing my face diaper. I don't know what the problem is.
You have to go to jail. You just killed everybody that just walked by us.
So?
You just threatened everybody's lives. I know that we're outside and that there's fresh air and everything, slightly.
Alright, so if that was an organic portal dying in the street, you know what I would do? I would just walk right by and get on with my day.
I would actually be happy.
I'd be like, thank God, one less retard on the street.
Another.
And for all of you who are offended by that word, I know there are people who have mental disabilities, you know, all that shit, but like, retard is just, that's a whole new thing. Like, there's people who are mentally handicapped. I have a fucking cousin that's mentally handicapped, but there are still people who are retards. I'm sorry.
That's what we'll use. We'll use mentally handicapped for those kind of people. Retard is for people who watch TV and wear diapers outside.
Watch TV and wear diapers outside. They wear diapers in their car with all the windows rolled up by themselves.
Keep going about what we need to do about the sheep, and then I'm going to give my spiel, okay?
So yeah, anyways. Anytime that someone looks at you, and I know there's people probably watching right now that don't enjoy wearing a face diaper. None of us do, really. I mean, the only people that think they enjoy it is because they think they're doing a good cause for the world. But anyone who gives you any shit about not wearing a face diaper, just look at them dead in the eye and just be like, I don't care. And then they'll be like, well, don't you know that there's a pandemic going on? And then look them dead in the eye and just be like, so? And then they'll be like, well, you're spreading the virus. And just be like, why?
I'm not. I wouldn't be spreading the virus if you weren't outside. Would I?
The only virus that's, if anything, you're more of a virus talking to me right now because I have to fucking put up with your dumb ass. You're infecting me more. You're making me sick.
You make me sick of fucking humans. I'm sick of hearing these fucking stupid ass motherfuckers just talking so much dumb shit, dude. I'm sick of it, bro.
Yep.
Like, I'm at work, man. I mean, healthcare is probably the most, they have the most brainwashed people besides the police and other government workers. You know what? No, first, I want to talk about government people. Let's talk about Kayla's mom. She's a prime example.
I'm going to go use the bathroom. Go ahead on your rant.
So, my ex's mother, she was like, she works here in Milwaukee. She's a city Milwaukee employee. I mean, her intentions were always good, but, like, there's always like an agenda behind it, like okay, a way to manipulate or to progress or something. And I always thought through it, and I think she knew that, but like I always kind of like stayed a little under the radar with it because I'm being her daughter, and at the time I loved her, and more and more I hang out with them, I'm like, my God, all this person wants to do is control my fucking life. She thinks that she knows how life works and how my life needs to work. When she's talking, I'm like, do you hear yourself? You're literally saying, I know how your life needs to go, and I'm going to tell you how to do your own life. And she does it for a living. She's a probation officer. She's like supervisor and the probationary board here in Milwaukee.
Wow.
And that's all she would do. She would just, all she does is just tells people how to live their life all day. Like, nope, you're doing that wrong in life. You're doing this wrong in life. But yeah, here's
you
your
belong in a
daughter who
cage.
can't do anything right in life.
You belong in a cage. Here's your orange jumpsuit, and here's your bologna sandwich for breakfast. No condiments, 2 slices of white bread, 1 slice of bologna in between.
But here's the kicker, guys. This is the icing on the cake. We still have these videos up to today. I'll wait till now that he gets back. Let's build up the anticipation because he was there for some of it. When my ex and I broke up, her mom would come over all the time. All the time. Before when we were together, she never came over. Now that we're broken up, she's over all the time. And it's kind of weird. Like, I'm broken up with your daughter, and like trying to find a place to live, and here you are over here, like in a place I still live at that I already paid rent for.
She wants to fuck.
But like, she'll come over and they'll kind of gang up on me and talk shit about me and say I'm anti-government and I'm pro-Q. I looked at her, I'm like, I literally looked at her, I'm like, you sound like a fucking retard. You're like, you sound retarded right now. Like, pro-Q. I've never heard Trump talk in my life until October. Like, I haven't listened to anything to him. He said his whole presidency. Till like October, till his last month, I listened to a few things. That's because of Zach and Corey. Like, other than that, and I'm like, I haven't even listened to the guy talk. I don't know anything. I don't care about him. He can get shot in the face. I don't care. And so, we can keep going on. But this is what she tried to do. They tried to gang up on me to get me in trouble, right? And I get my other phone out, and I'm just like, and I'm showing her mom this. I'm like, just watch. And here's her mom handing her a kid marijuana, which is illegal in Wisconsin. I'm like, you're telling me I'm breaking the law? What's this? What's this? Well, that's different. Give me your phone. I'm not one of your probationary motherfuckers. I told her, you touch my phone, you're going to get lit. She's like, yeah, you're so tough. You're going to hit a woman? I'm like, yeah, I will. I don't give a fuck what you are. You touch my property, I'm going to fuck you up. That's how it's supposed to be. That's the problem, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why these motherfucking cops go out and do what they do. That's what these motherfucking parking ticket motherfuckers, they drive around giving you parking tickets. Like, I can understand on a big-ass busy road, you're literally parked in the middle of the road or on the side, and you're, like, really fucking things up. But, like, over here, you already know where I live. You've been here before. Over here on the side of the street, you're giving me a fucking parking ticket. I paid for the street, like, 50 times already. What the fuck? A wheel tax, registration, gas tax, income tax, property tax, sales tax. I mean, how many times do I got paid for this road out here? I mean, fuck you, motherfucker. And then you're going to tow my car, like, to me. And I did, and I told you that. I went out there, I saw them about to give me another ticket. I said, you touch my fucking car, I'm going to fucking punch you in the fucking face. I told the ticket person that. And they got really scared and they left.
Bitch.
Yeah. But that's what we gotta do, man. Like, remember, this is about what we need to do about waking up the sheep. We gotta get the sheep to do this. I mean, we gotta figure out a way where I don't think we're gonna get them in gematria like right away. Like, I mean, how long did it take? Like, I felt like you probably woke up around the time that I did too, back in elementary school, maybe middle school. But like, how long did it take us till we learned gematria? I mean, that took us 10 years.
Back in like 2015, 2015, I learned gematria.
Yeah, so that's like that's very high level truth. I mean, we don't even need them at that level. I mean, we need them and the problem is that the truth community is really getting into gematria right now, and they're pushing on the gematria onto the sheep, and it's just not.
Man, this is crazy. Like people, I set off a little Green Bay ripple effect on my, because like there's people in Green Bay now that are talking about it, and they're tagging me on their posts on Facebook. They're doing like really basic shit, you know, about sports and like, but like still, it's a start, you know, and. If you think about it, like, they're probably all laughing at us right now because, like, we're like little baby noobs compared to what they are. But they know that we're catching on, so they're doing something about it. They're trying to discredit the conspiracy theorists. So we are, just the fact alone that they call us conspiracy theorists, that means we are a threat to them. So it's only a matter of time before all these fucking old fucks die off. And then our generation takes over, and they're trying to get it to the point where that doesn't happen, and they kill us all off before that. No, I'm not taking your fucking vaccine, and guess what? I'm not believing any of your fucking bullshit propaganda that you're putting in the news. I'm not even looking at my news. I don't have a TV. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch any of that fucking bullshit. All you old men can go fucking die for all I care. I'm not getting your fucking vaccine.
Yeah, and Novelty's right. Getting the vaccine, the truth community, no matter how much your job might threaten you. I know we all have jobs, we all live, and I know that we have an idea where we want to be. We want to live in more of a community-based, more of a clan type thing, or something like that, where we trade, or, you know, I have this skill, and I'll trade you my skill for your skill. We can just live off of each other. And that creates not only group work, but independent work, because independently you have to know your skill and hone in on your skills really well to live in your community. Because really, if you want to live in your community, you have to use your skills. You don't just do it to have monetary gain. You do it because you like where you live, you like the people you live with, and you like helping them. And they like helping you. So it's not unrealistic. It's very realistic. There's been plenty of, the entire culture that was in this nation before the Europeans came lived that way. I mean, they lived that way. They all did. So they did it for longer than they did, as long as the Egyptians have been around, since ancient Egypt. They didn't destroy the wilderness. They didn't fuck up the earth over here at all. The resources were so abundant. They lived just fine. So how the fuck is it possible that the native people of this land were able to live? And if you read Manly P. Hall, he even talks about that Atlantis even owned America and South America. They had all 7 continents. They had the whole world taken over. That's why every continent has a pyramid, including Antarctica. Even Antarctica has pyramids. So there's a reason why Atlantis and really our whole philosophy of everything.
And I don't want to hear about you flat earthers saying, oh, Antarctica doesn't exist. It's just an ice wall around the world. Which, who knows? Even if that is fucking true, how the fuck does that solve any of our problems?
Yeah, flat earthers. The Earth's flat. Now what?
Now what? Cool.
And they never can answer it. they come up with some crazy ass shit all the time. So now what we do?
The flat earth psyop, just like the fucking Q psyop, it's all the fucking same. All y'all are getting fucking wrapped up in shit that doesn't matter. That's what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you should just be here
They never
on
talk about gematria.
Resist the Cabal's channel. Be here on Novelty's channel. We're talking about shit that's actually practical. We can actually fucking change in the world. Like, not trying to, not trying to get
In a community.
whatever. I don't care. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, there's no reason to argue about shit that really you have no control over. We're arguing over shit that we have control over. It's the fucking voice of the people. Resist the Cabal and I, we're one of the last, probably a dying species at this point, that are actually men that speak their fucking mind. Where the fuck are you going to find that? We'll see how long they let us be on YouTube.
Men? What the fuck?
Wait a
is
minute.
that?
Men?
You're using gender-specific norms?
Oh my god. Men? Wait. Oh my god.
Gender-specific norms?
Wait, are you trying to tell me that you're a heterosexual man?
I'm not. I'm a person. I'm just a person of Homo sapien.
Oh my god.
That's all.
I'm offended. You know what? I'm just leaving. I'm gonna leave right now. I'm offended.
Time to go cry. I'm gonna go cry. I'm gonna go tell my boss on you, and then you're gonna get fired, and you're gonna become homeless, and now you're gonna be able to pay your bills because you just offended me. That equals homeless, no home, no food, no shelter, loss of children.
This type of talk, I need to put my mask on because I feel like this is just an unsafe environment.
You need to get more safe.
I need to be safe right now.
Safety's key.
I feel a lot more safer now that I have this face diaper on. I really do. You're talking about being a heterosexual man that speaks his mind. Oh, unbelievable. What did I sign myself up for?
Actually, you're doing it wrong. You need a double diaper now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hold on 1 second.
Double diaper is now the only way to diaper up. So you need to wear 2 diapers because the one diaper has stopped the cold and flu, but not COVID. But now maybe double diapering will stop the COVID.
All right. Sorry, I didn't realize. I got my double.
Double diapered, everyone.
I'm double diapered. All right, I feel a lot more safe now. Oh yeah, so this mask, this diaper right here is a obstacle course for COVID. It's an obstacle course. So there's no way COVID can penetrate 2 masks. It doesn't matter if you can't breathe. It doesn't matter if you can't breathe. It doesn't matter if people can't understand you when you're talking. The main thing is just being safe. Safety first, all right?
Dude, James Brown feels really safe now. He's appreciative.
Hold on, I feel like this. Let me put my shirt over this. I feel like this isn't enough. All right, I feel like I'm extra safe.
Do you feel better now that
I'm triple safe now. I'm triple safe.
He's got a shirt on. He's got 2 diapers on. Is there any more that he can put on to make you feel safer?
I'll put my elbow in front of my face too. This way, I'm very safe, and there's no way anyone can get COVID.
So the best thing I heard is putting a plastic bag over your face.
Oh right.
Did you do that?
Okay, yeah. That you're. I just actually.
We got to do the same thing. What we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna put plastic bags over our heads.
All right. I heard Dr. Fauci recommends that too. Actually. Hold on. Let me grab.
Fauci said that you can spread.
Let me grab.
How you get virus on the computer.
Let me grab my COVID bag real quick.
Yeah, we gotta put the plastic bag over our heads. So everyone, this is Anthony Fauci certified.
All right, so now there's no way I could possibly spread COVID. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, same here.
I feel so safe right now. It's unbelievable.
Dude, nothing can penetrate through this.
Like any type of COVID that could possibly come out of my mouth or nostrils, it's not going to make it to anyone else.
Nothing is getting through this.
I'm keeping society safe.
I mean, I don't care. I don't need to drink water or anything. Or eat.
You just got to make little eye holes. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Just make little eye holes.
No. If you make a hole, the more COVID can get through.
Oh, shit. My bad. I got to put another plastic bag over my head.
All right, yeah, 2 plastic bags will even be safer. James, are you feeling safer now? James is like, "Whoa, let's smoke sometime." Yeah, put one on my forehead. I think I'll do have a diaper somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. I have 2 diapers actually.
All right, now you guys feel safe now?
James, do you feel safer now?
Do you feel safe?
Just put 2 plastic bags over his head. It has 3 diapers.
I feel like I'm really safe right now. I don't know about you guys.
Oh no!
Oh.
I just coughed.
Oh, I'm telling on you.
Alright.
I'm.
Well, I protected my eyes with a diaper. So I got my diaper over my eyes.
I'm COVID free.
And now I'm going to put the diaper over my face. This is the other.
This is how you stay safe, folks. Wait, and you can still wait. Yeah, and if you're at a restaurant, you can take it off for 1 second, just to drink a little bit. But you're still safe as long as you're sitting down.
As long as you sit down, yes.
Yes.
You are safe.
If you are seated, it's okay.
If you're not eating, and even if you are sitting down,
Mm-hmm.
you're still not safe.
This is.
And when you're feeling like you're like that dizziness and lack of, you think it's a lack of oxygen. That's just your head talking. That's just conspiracy.
Anyone that says you're lacking oxygen from wearing too much face protection, they're a conspiracy theorist. Don't even listen to them.
Yeah, you're getting the same amount of oxygen. You know,
it doesn't matter.
Without it.
This isn't a fucking fashion show. This is a pandemic. All right.
Okay, take it seriously, guys.
Yeah, take it seriously. God.
We're trying to protect ourselves, and we're trying to protect you.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep everyone safe.
Safety here.
I can't do it.
I
I can't do it anymore.
I can't wait to watch that part.
I had to. No, but seriously though, that's what you should do, people. I mean, if you're an organic portal, you should be wearing at least 2 plastic bags over your head. No ventilation. Ventilation is for unsafe people.
Yeah, James Brown, you gotta put 2 diapers on, a plastic bag, and then like a rubber band over your neck right here.
Yep.
We didn't have a rubber band.
Yeah.
If you put the rubber band over with the plastic bag and the 2 diapers, you'll be really safe.
And also, you have to
air going in and out.
forget about breathing. You need to hold your breath as much as possible. Like, if you're around people, don't breathe.
Your energy consumption is not glycolysis anymore, or citric acid cycle. It's photosynthesis. You're essentially a tomato plant, or whatever you might identify as.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't know that.
That's facts. It's on. For all you people who don't know, type in Antifa.com and you'll get all of your information there. It's all facts.
CNN has great resources. I mean, they have great resources on CNN. They have everything that you need.
Yep. NBC, Fox News, two of my favorites.
CDC.
The CDC is, as far as I'm concerned, they know what's best for us. There's no
God.
reason.
I mean, that is God. I'm pretty sure that is God.
There's no reason for any conspiracy theorist YouTube channel to be telling us what to do.
Yeah.
Because we already have resources like CDC, FDA, CNN, Fox News, all these things. We're blessed. We're blessed to have, you know. And
if you do research, you're fucked up.
And I get on my knees every morning and I pray to Jesus that I don't get COVID. And guess what? I haven't gotten it yet because baby Jesus protects me.
I pray to Muhammad. Is that okay? Is that
okay? Well, I don't know. Oh boy.
So do you see what we're doing, guys? Like, what we've been trying to do with the sheep is just trying to educate, like, just straight up, like, hey, like 9/11. Here's 9/11. Here's why it was bullshit. Here's Sandy Hook. Here's why that was bullshit. Here's the Las Vegas shooting. Here's why that's bullshit. Here's the London bridge bombing. Here's why this is bullshit. Which is actually probably one of the biggest things that have gotten a lot of YouTube channels destroyed is the London bridge bombing. But like,
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down.
And again, no one knows where that song came from. It actually came from the Black Death or the bubonic plague. Because the bridge did fall down because they had so many dead bodies that they burned on the bridge and it burned itself down. Which I don't know if it's necessarily true or not, but that's what is in the history books.
Here's your education literature, sir. I expect an essay on this in a week. You need to read this book.
I got lucky for my history teachers in high school. I really did. Like, I really think it was meant for me to actually have good history teachers. Like, they've been teaching history since the 1970s before they had all this censorship. So they already had everything, and they were, wise and clever enough to get around the curriculum to kind of get the students thinking. They always got me thinking all the time. I'm just like, man, okay. Like,
I remember in college I had one history teacher, and he would always teach the lesson, but then he would give his little side notes and do his little sarcasm on the side, just to kind of like we do. And it was like, okay.
Yeah, I think so this is the biggest kicker. It took me 2 years ago to finally figure it out when I was 17. This was 13 years ago. My senior thesis was about the rise and fall of the Third Reich. Again, a book like this thick, like 600, 700-page book, a Harry Potter novel. Like everyone else in my class did.
Harry Potter.
Everyone else did. I want to get to that topic next. Everyone is always doing the same fucking thing type shit. But anyway, I'm going to get with what I'm talking about. I was the only original one. I was the only one that did something completely different. Like, something that was real, something that was historic, something that was, like, messed up. And it's just crazy just doing the follow in college. I had a genocide class, a Judaism class, because the Third Reich was, Hitler and the Holocaust and all that stuff. World War II, right?
Mm-hmm.
The rise and fall of Hitler, which is the Third Reich. Because the Holy Roman Empire was the First Reich, and then the German Empire was the Second Reich, and then Hitler was the Third Reich. And then my teacher grabs me aside. He's like, hey, just so you know, the person that wrote that book, they were Jewish. And it might not be someone or type of people you want to trust. So he said to me.
Nice.
And I've been carrying that with me until just recently. Like, I've always thought about that. Like, why the fuck did he say that to me? After 13 years, I finally figured it out. It took me that long. It's like, wow, now I know. Holy fuck. He told me truth. Of course, I didn't know. I'm only 17. Like, how am I supposed to know? But, like, it stuck with me. What are the fucking chances of that? And there's other things, too, that other teachers told me. But I was always the guy that they pulled me to the side and said something like that to me in the whole class. Even though I didn't have the best grades. Because I never showed up and I was always stoned and I didn't give a shit. Doing my homework. Like, they must have saw something within me. Like, I just knew, like, maybe they just knew. I just thought all this was bullshit. I knew high school was all bullshit. All these classes suck. The education system bullshit. I'm, like, wasting my time here rather than fucking doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
And they must have known that I had a third eye.
Man, I fucking fell asleep in all my high school classes.
I mean, I was too, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people are doing now. That they're just mimicking what they hear on TV or what someone else tells them. It resonates so much within them that they think it's 100% true. Like they completely discovered a whole nother planet. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking to someone, and then you're kind of getting into the discussion, and all of a sudden it's like, what are you talking about? Like, are you in a reality? Are you in reality? Like, or it just sounds like you're saying something that you heard on TV. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Most people just regurgitate information that they heard through the TV or through their parents or their upbringing somehow. People think they're experts when they have done no research whatsoever, and you know, I think we both know for the people in the live stream, yeah, you probably run into these people. The best thing you can do is just kill them with kindness and just agree with everything they say. Just be like, oh yeah, man, you're right. Oh yeah, I didn't know that until you told me that. Thank you for this information.
And maybe get a little sarcastic. Oh my God, TV knows stuff? Wow. I didn't know. I thought, I could do research on my own, but the TV
Nope.
was more than I can, right?
Nope, you're not allowed to do research on your own, sir.
And, like, they don't really, I've been doing it lately, like, they don't really have a comeback with it. They're kind of, like, in a limbo in their mind.
I just love fucking with people's minds.
Huh?
I just love fucking with people's minds. And
their mind just got completely fucked.
Their little comfortable zone where they feel they can say things that are political or controversial. They're like, okay, here's my moment. I'm going to say this. And then it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to let them have the spotlight. Here you go, bro. Oh, here you go. Oh, thank you for that information. If it weren't for you, I'd be a complete idiot.
How to eat. It tells me when to wipe my ass. It tells me what bedtime to go to.
Oh, thank you so much. If it weren't for you, I don't even know what I would do. I'd probably be dead.
Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for TV, I wouldn't even know who I was.
Oh, right.
Who I am.
Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, television. And when you do that...
Thank you, television, for telling me your vision that I should view.
The vision of my third eye, which apparently is a conspiracy theory.
Well, your third eye... sir, have you had your third eye checkup lately? Have you been drinking your tap water, sir?
It's just
sir,
a gland that hangs off of the hypothalamus.
Sir, have you been drinking your tap water lately?
Sir,
it's recommended by... Nope. It's recommended by the FDA that you drink at least a gallon of tap water a day, sir.
So again, we're still on the topic what we need to do with the sheep, and that's what I think we need to do, guys. I think we need to bring a humor side to it, because we've always been, probably since 9/11, Because I've been doing it since 9/11, since I was in 5th grade. I mean, I was in 5th grade when 9/11 happened. I graduated in 2009. And I'm like, just saying, like, does it make sense that buildings just fall down and disappear, like, into dust? Like, after
Yeah, it does.
plane, like, and the plane doesn't come out the other side of the building, not even one piece of it?
Wait a minute. You're sounding kind of like a conspiracy theorist right now. I don't know. I might need to end this podcast.
You might need to drink a little bit more fluoride, right?
Yeah, I think so. You know, and for anyone else out there who thinks that they're a cool hippie by getting toothpaste without fluoride, good luck having cavities. You know?
It's not like you don't get enough fluoride in your water.
Yeah.
Because fluoride really protects you from cavities.
Yeah, I mean, it really makes your teeth better. If you drink tap water, it's better for your teeth. Forget about what it's doing to your brain.
She replaced me in my last job after I got promoted, and she used to be a dental assistant. And we were kind of discussing. She's really cute. I mean, she's cute as fuck. But like, I was trying to get in there, but then she's like, fluoride's good for you. I'm a dental assistant.
Fluoride's good for you.
Like this, tear it off so it's sharp, and just start stabbing her in the fucking head. Like, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've heard in a long. Fluoride's good for you. I'm like listing off all the minerals that your body needs and the vitamins, and one of them was fluoride. Like, your body needs these minerals and these vitamins and phytonutrients. Fluoride's not one of them. Fluoride's a neurotoxin. It might be able to fight cavities, but again, there's other types of fluoride too, and they don't just put just regular. It's like not regular, just fluoride in their water.
Well, you know what? As long as your teeth look good, it doesn't matter how dumb you are.
You're a brain dead bitch. I love my TV.
I love watching NFL football. I will watch commercials. I will never mute the commercials.
Team just won Super Bowl.
I will celebrate, drink Budweiser with friends. We will get excited about things that we never even had control of in the first place.
I am happy. I am human.
My team threw the ball that was made out of leather filled with air better than your team, and we ran across the fake grass with tight pants on better than your team did.
Yes, my team likes to run on grass and throw Vesca Pisces on the grass.
We made it past this part of the grass where it says you scored 6 points more than your team did.
I actually asked my doctor at work today, I'm like, hey, do you know why they use the shape of the football and how many laces? And she was like, I don't know, it's just easier to grab and throw. I mean, it's like, you're a fucking doctor. I'm like, no, they took a sacred symbol called the Vesca Pisces and they used, how many laces are in there again? Like, there's 12 laces, right?
I don't know. Probably.
I forgot. It's like,
let's Google search it real quick here. We have the internet. How many laces are on a football? 16.
I completely just forgot.
16.
Okay, so.
Wait, let me read this real quick. Each ball has 16 lace holes in one lace. The NFL adds a dye only visible under special lighting to the laces of only the 120 total balls chosen for the game. Wallace says so they can be verified as Super Bowl used balls. But for a high school football, it's 12 laces. But isn't that crazy? They use a special dye that can only be seen under special lighting. The NFL uses that?
I didn't know that at all. That's
Wow.
That just kind of confirms more that it's definitely rigged.
Just think about that, and like, how many fucking coaches did they have on the sidelines and up in the fucking, indoor, updoor booths that are like,
All your tax pay for it. I mean,
they're like looking at all these sheets, like, okay, we need to do this right here. Every down, they have like at least 100 guys like calling up. So how the fuck is NFL not rigged? You're saying you have all these professional athletes, and they have all these people who are telling them what to do. That the fucking quarterback has a microphone in his headset, in his helmet, and they're telling him, okay, you need to get to this yard line. And then how hard is it to just, okay, we're going to get to this yard line, and then the defensive guy, maybe they all have fucking headphones in their microphone, in their fucking helmets. And they're like, okay, for this down, for this play, we're going to let this guy get to this yard line. And then we want eventually to do this. It's really not that hard. I mean, they're all professional athletes. They can, and then anytime like anything goes wrong, they just call a penalty, and they're like, oh, well, that play didn't count.
And that's what, really? They called that a penalty? Like, that doesn't make, well, no, it makes perfectly good sense.
And then the announcer's like, oh, yeah, definitely, he held him there. And then, like, there's other plays where you see the same exact thing and they don't call holding. But, like, only on certain plays.
You can turn this whole sheep propaganda thing around on them, too, because they'll say, how can they even make it rigged? And then you tell them, well, with magnets probably and a couple other things, because, I mean, we're not a study of every...
Wait a minute, that's not possible. We never, we don't have technology to have drones or anything like that. We don't have technology to go into outer space, land on the moon, nothing like that. There's no way that we could just possibly have some kind of technology in sports.
Come on, how dumb are people? Like,
if you think about it, sports are one of the most...
They could put, if they wanted to, supposedly, this is according to NASA and these things that they still trust, but like, they could put a person on fucking Mars, but they can't tell where a football can go? Come on. Come the fuck on.
And they did a thing where they dropped a basketball off of like a 44-story building and it landed in the hoop. So you're saying you can't make the same thing happen from like, from the 3-point line? It's just like...
It wouldn't be making sense because there's like air drafts and things that go through in other buildings that would easily make that ball move. I mean, logically.
Right.
And what, you can't put maybe a little drone in a basketball, maybe?
Yeah. And why do they fucking switch up the balls every fucking play? Oh, there's no reason. We just want it to be clean.
Yeah, just trust us.
Oh yeah, there's so much dirt and bacteria off one play from a football. Oh, we just need a fresh ball.
God. Holy shit. That's...
The bet.
Baseball equals the same thing on how many stitches there are in the baseball. I don't remember the number, but the amount of stitches in the baseball equals the same thing as the word.
I'm looking it up.
Baseball is probably the easiest one to...
108.
Sacred geometry number. We're 108 suns away. There's 108 moons between Earth and the moon. Look this up, people. You can fit 108 Earths in the sun. Something like that. And 108 moons. Something like 108. You know what? It's weird.
Yeah, baseball equals 18, so that's the same thing as 108, because zeros don't matter, so...
Yeah, in numerology. Yeah, I live in apartment 108. Geometry equals 108. believe it's 108 and 36. Let's see, how far are we in this live stream? Yeah, we're almost 2 hours in.
Yeah, we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, any other topics?
I think maybe just last closing comments. Each of us just say one last thing, and then we'll end this thing. Whatever's on our mind.
What's on your mind?
I just want to say, strap up, buckle the fuck up, because we're in for a nice little 3-month journey here. Stock up on canned goods and dry rice and stuff like that. And enjoy your $1,400.
Did that actually go through?
Biden signed the executive order, so it'll go through.
Alright, so this is what I think. The dollar's going to crash this year.
Yep.
These COVID variants, there's going to be one that they're going to pick that's going to explode. They're going to probably usher in another pandemic with it. They're going to start arresting people for not wearing diapers outside. They're going to double diaper mandate people. They're going to increase taxes overall on every tax that you can think of. There will be food shortages. And you're going to see more complications with people who took the vaccine by this summer.
This summer's going to be a shit show.
Yeah, they're going to become less adaptable to the changes of the season.
You remember last June? Last June was fucking crazy. It's going to be like that on steroids this year.
And those are just the pre-rituals for 2022. 2022.
Just get ready for more Antifa attacks, more cities being burned down. Unless we stop these motherfuckers.
I believe a very huge famous celebrity is going to die very soon, actually.
Brett Favre, maybe?
Who knows?
If the Packers win the Super Bowl, it'll be probably Brett Favre.
There's always someone who big dies right before the Super Bowl. And I don't think it is going to be, I don't think that is the GM. I don't think it's the GM that's the big one. I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be an athlete either. I think it's going to be
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Man. I don't really know who's going to be, but I know it's going to be someone.
Robert De Niro.
Maybe Morgan Freeman.
Oh, Morgan Freeman. That would get people really sad.
And, yeah, they're going to make it very tragic, too.
Car crash.
They're going to start having these, he might die from the COVID variant.
Well, they're going to say that he died from a car crash because he had COVID, so he wasn't focused on the road.
That could be it. I don't know.
Who knows?
But
I'm just talking shit, but
I think that they're going to use the new celebrity, the big one, a big celebrity. It could be even Arnold because he just got the COVID vaccine.
Put that cookie down now. Who said you could eat my cookies?
COVID variant. And I wouldn't be surprised if they use...
It's going to be a big celebrity.
Yeah, a very big celebrity.
And just imagine if Barack Obama... They said Barack Obama died. How many people would go crazy?
Well, I truly do think between Trump and Biden, one of them are going to get assassinated this year.
It might be just between Trump and Biden, man. I don't know. I do not know. We will see.
But
thanks for tuning in, everybody. We love you.
You and I, we want to keep talking, we will. Here on.
We're going to wrap this up.
So thank you all for joining. Sorry to make it over 2 hours long. I usually try to make it at least an hour and a half. But
yeah, we kind of got carried away, but
you get caught in conversation.
There's a lot to talk about nowadays, so.
And if you guys have any ideas on what to do with the sheep, please leave the comment down below. Go like and subscribe.
And if anyone has any recommendations for topics we should talk about in the future, please leave a comment. Subscribe, hit the like button.
We'll do research on it just like we did today, and we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Give our objective opinion on the entire matter. And give you a little entertainment.
We love you. We love you, people.
Yeah, well, Civil War will happen this year, but let me finish off with that. Because James Brown has put, army helmets on. That was something I wanted to touch on because novelty. Can you let the audience know that I did predict on an 11/3 date that the next 9/11 was actually going to happen? Can you let the audience know?
Yep, that is very true.
I got the month wrong. That was it. Well, the month and day wrong, but it was the 11th month of the 3rd day, but the pandemic started on the 3rd month of the 11th day.
Yeah, and you guys don't even understand, I was, in Milwaukee at RTC's place. We were bunkered down. We went to the grocery store. People were walking around like animals, buying everything off the shelves. We tried to buy, some basic-ass shit, and it was, already sold out.
Well, no. Remember you came over to my place during the Seattle Seahawks game. We thought that they were going to bomb it or something because of the Batman movie. Remember?
Yeah.
And because in the Batman movie, right after the whole Earth fell out, all of a sudden the 322 number came. Right underneath where all the VIP people were.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously that's a big number. That's the Skull and Bones. Yale Skull and Bones number.
But I just want to say thank you for everyone who's been watching, who's stuck through this the whole time. You obviously have the same sense of humor we have. We're going to be having more videos, more podcasts to come. He
edits the podcast, guys, so go to his channel.
It's going to be a whole different thing on my podcast, or on my channel, the podcast that I release. I really don't edit too much from the podcast because I like to keep it raw, because for me, a podcast is a raw conversation with another person, so I might do some, couple things, but I do have my mic set up and shit, so
I know I need to get one. But
yeah.
Him and I will
if Greg ever gets his ass to Green Bay, then he can be in the studio here.
Well, thank you all for joining. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you just joined, please go all the way back, watch from the beginning. What's Novelty's channel picture? What is your picture?
It's me holding a microphone. It's purple. I'm really hard to find on YouTube, to be honest.
He's only at 70 to 100.
I only have 73 subs. Let me see if I can find the direct. Let me see if I can find the direct link real quick.
I'll give you the link, James.
We'll figure it out later. Just search.
I'll put the link in the description. I think I did above in the beginning, but I'll put it in the description again. Just give me a second to find this thing. Here it is.
Hopefully, this gentleman will.
I have it.
All right.
Or anybody just.
And actually, I have been getting more views on my cooking videos, which I appreciate. But got another cooking video coming tonight. I'm gonna edit that, and then I'm gonna edit this podcast, put that out tonight or tomorrow. So stay tuned. Love you guys.
Stay vigilant out there, truth seekers.
Peace.